Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Peter. Today, I'm going to take you on a spearfishing trip where I shot my biggest bluefin tuna. That thing was heavier than me. So let's head out to Marina del Rey early in the morning to meet up with my buddies Shai and Richard on Shai's boat. This time we're going to have to give it up one more time. One more time. So we're in the zone and on the watchful eye for some signs of tuna. And we find them. Look at this boil. Oh my goodness. You can see these tuna jumping out of the water. Not huge, but definitely worth going after.
What's the depth? Are they at? Do you see them under the boat?
There they are, 50 feet.
That means it's time to get in the water. So I throw my lines in, and then I quickly follow. I punch a quick dive, and as I'm heading down, I hear something. Shai must have fired his gun, so I end my dive and see if I can help. As I approach my buddy, I can see that he's playing tug of war, and I go get the fighting float, so relieve some of the pressure off of him. We clip it on. I get his gun.
Give me the gun.
And now my job is just providing support. So I hand off Shai's gun. In fact, I give him my gun too so I can be a little bit more helpful. I get the backup gun for the second shot. And ultimately Shai asked if I could help him go ahead and second shot the fish. He was still a little hyped up. So I come down, try to get a good angle, and boom. Now we have this fish, he's not getting away, and we can just start pulling him up. This guy's not huge, but man, this guy was a little fighter. Our first fish. Yes. Nice job, buddy.
Woohoo! Thank you, Peter. Hey, my pleasure. Let's go. Let's go.
The sun broke out from behind the clouds. Perfect timing.
It's a nice baby.
We're back at it, searching for more tuna. I'm up to bat again, and we sound some marks, and I jump in. I make a drop right away, heading down. I did get a glimpse of them, but they were too far and moving too fast. So eventually I just get back up. My buddy asked if I'm coming back to the boat, and so I am checking my gear and turning my camera off. So this is the point at which my camera's off and I start swimming back towards the boat. Then suddenly I see the tuna right below me and I think they're within range, so I make a split decision to shoot. It's a 12 o'clock straight down shot, not ideal, and after the gun goes off, I'm not sure if I hit them. I shoot, nothing happens, I look out of the water, and this is what I see. My float is tombstoned, the line is getting taut. This is crazy, and all of a sudden I see the float getting pulled down, and it disappears. Holy smokes. Eventually it pops back up, so I know I connected. I am so stoked right now. It's amazing. I'm checking, and it's a tight line. I eventually get to the boat, hand over my gun, and ask for the fighting float. I head back over and clip it on, and if you've seen my other videos, you know what to do. We start pulling. We want to pull that fish up as high as we can, so all the way to the shooting line, which you can see right there. And now he's about 30 feet down, and I can just make him out, and he looks like a pretty good fish. Now I get the second shotgun, and I'm heading down. And I am watching this fish, and I think I got him, and just as I'm about to shoot, he turns. So I think it's a bad shot. I think I literally just shot him in the lip. Not ideal by any means.
I don't think that was a very good second shot.
What?
I don't think it was a very good second shot. He was moving all over. I think he's pretty big.
Alright, take two. Now I'm heading down, And let's try for another shot. He's still pretty feisty, so I am trying to angle in on this guy, and I think he senses me because he's turning. But now I think I got a shot at him. Bang! Alright. Ooh! That kind of pissed him off. He's now ripping the line from me. Gotta head up and make sure this thing is spooling out, and he's taking a lot of line. And holy crap, he is pulling back all that bungee that I had painstakingly pulled up. Oh jeez. Alright, well, I gotta start pulling him back up. And this guy isn't light. I finally get us back to the shooting line so I can take another attempt to put this guy out.
Thanks, Richard. I just got it back up to the shooting line. Thank you. I'll try not to miss or take a better shot.
Okay, so I know. You guys can see that the slip tip has come off. I am not looking at the tip of my gun. I am looking at this fish this whole time. And then when I do look at the tip of my gun, I can't see that the slip tip is not there. So I think I stoned him. I think this is a perfect shot, and he's done. Boy, was I wrong. So I start pulling the fish up from the second shot line where the slip tip did not engage, which is not a good idea because this is what happened.
Shit! It tore out and he's fucking going again.
Alright, enough messing around. So this time I get the big gun. I get one of the tuna guns and I'm heading down. And if you haven't been keeping count, this is attempt number 4 at putting a second shot and securing this fish. So I'm coming down and I want to get a good angle because I'm pretty sure I'm going to punch right through him this time. But again, he keeps angling away and I am trying to swim, but he keeps turning away from me. I do not want to shoot in the body and destroy any more perfectly good meat, especially the toro. So I abort the dive and try again. And this time I get a shot. I get a secure shot. He's not going anywhere this time.
I think I got him.
Got his head set up.
As I pull this tuna up, I realize he is a really nice fish. He is pretty big, and at the same time I get confused because every time I pull him up, I'm not able to breathe. And then I realize I am not pulling him up. I'm pulling myself down to him. This fish is heavier than I thought, so that's why I was having trouble. I was in the water for about 45 minutes. I was getting tired, and finally I handed over the shooting line to the guy so that I could finally make some more ground, pulling him up and not losing him back down from his own weight. This was a beautiful fish. Man, I was still pumped and tired at the same time. It was wild. And I realized, okay, I need to make sure he's out, and I'm not sure my knife is quite long enough, but I made it work.
Yeah, personal best! This guy's big. Personal best!
And as a reminder, you always have to be very careful of all the lines in the water. You can see with all the shots and attempts and everything I did, I mean, we got lines everywhere here. So always be cognizant of where your lines are. Make sure nothing's ever wrapped around you. And you can see while the fish was facing down like that, I cut its gills to try to drain out as much blood as I can. Again, to always preserve the meat and quality as best I can. And then I get on board. Whew. Time to pull this behemoth up. Thank goodness Shai and Richard are big, strong dudes. So you can see the shot came from the top there, went through them and out the bottom. A pretty secure shot. And here I am with my 70 kilogram, 155 pound bluefin tuna. This guy is definitely heavier than me.
Back in the zone. We'll keep trying.
So now I'm driving, trying to put my guys on fish. I'm sounding them and trying to angle in, and this is what happened.
Dropped him off. He's his dive. Yes! Yeah!
You know the routine. Toss him that fighting float.
He's fighting this thing. You can see the yellow float is being pulled hard. Looks like he's dropping for his second shot. Fingers crossed. Woo! Look at this guy. Woo! You know how much skill it takes to shoot in the same hole twice? Oh wow.
It's like an auto.
What's impressive is not your diving and your diving prowess, but it's your aim. Look at that. His primary and second shot went through more or less. No, it went in the same hole because it went through the same hole on the other side.
We'll split the arrow.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
All right, it was a long day and we started heading for home. It took us a little while. My fish doesn't look quite as big next to my 6-foot something dive buddies. I mean, that's a good sized fish he has. He's just a big dude. And me, I'm only 5'10". Man, was that an awesome adventure or what? That tuna gave me a lot of trouble. Oh man. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the adventure. And if you did, give a brother a like. I'd really appreciate that. And join me next time, diving, exploring beautiful California and beyond. Until then, take care. Here's what's left of a little bait ball that tuna were going after just before we got there. You can see the tuna scales in the water, but that's all that was left.